Welcome back to Great to SA. No matter how good things are going, sometimes life will bring you down, and sometimes you might need a little help from your friends. Well, Roma is over at Rosella with a life coach. And Roma, should I be taking notes right now?
Brandon, yes, here is my imaginary pen to you, and I'm sure Christina has got your back as well, but we are back with René Banglesdorf, who is a life coach, an entrepreneur, just what I like to say, a boss lady. We're so grateful to have you here.
I am thrilled to be here. I am enjoying my second cup of coffee. I'm all wired up and ready to talk about some stuff.
Absolutely. Rosella is the perfect place for us to do this, I have to say myself, but René, we're going to get to it because you wrote a book called Stand Up, and you have been in a workforce that is, you know, we were just saying, full of men and full of maybe some intimidating moments for you.
Very intimidating moments. My very first sale in this business was a $30 million sale between a self-made billionaire with a B and a Fortune 50 company. And the two did not get along. And it was so intimidating. And I have to say, I've come a long way, but there have been some hard knocks.
I'm sure the type of work you're dealing with people who are quite wealthy. But you decided to write a book. Why was that?
You know, a lot of people have told me that I'm a role model for them. You know, when someone tells you that, it's like, what are you talking about? I don't understand. But they ask me for tips, things that I've learned along the way, and that's what I was hoping to put in the book. I have a journalism background, so I really do enjoy writing, and was just kind of memorializing some of the lessons that I've learned along the way.
I love it. I was skimming through and I'm like, yes, this is what I need to hear, because I think as a woman, if you're trying to start a business or you're trying to go against your boss, you know, you often are so afraid to go for what you want, and that's why you're saying, no, stand up. So one of the points that you're saying that it's okay to have boundaries.
It is not just okay to have boundaries, it's really important to have boundaries. And as you're finding your way, as you're making moves, it's important to keep what's important right at the forefront. So if your family is important, if your free time is important, if your morals and ethics are important, you need to draw boundaries there. And you can draw boundaries in a really positive way without losing the relationship or destroying the sale. And the way to do that is by embracing what I like to call a yes, no, yes philosophy. So it's, hey, what you've asked me to do is important. I'm not going to do it that way, so that's the yes, and then the no, but I'm still going to get this done for you. So it could be, you know, yes, the board that you've asked me to serve on is really important. I can't serve on it at this time because I have some time constrictions, but I know this other woman that would be just perfect in this role. And if you approach it with the yes, no, yes, you can always set your boundary and make the other person still feel like they're important. It preserves the relationship for the sale.
Oh, I love that, because you're still giving them something that is very useful to them.
Right.
And what are some other tips that you have for us ladies to remember out there when we are in the workforce?
To do with boundaries or to do with anything
in general
else?
Yes, like you were saying as well, it's important just to surround yourself with similar-minded people.
It is really important to surround yourself with people who will lift you up and encourage you. One of my best friends is in the automotive industry that's also a very male-dominated industry, and she's my biggest cheerleader. And if you can surround yourself with people who believe in you, who are cheerleaders, that is really helpful as well.
I have to agree in that sense. It's like who you surround yourself with gives you that energy. But back to your book, you don't want people to just lean in. You want them to stand up.
Absolutely. Sheryl Sandberg did all of us women in the workforce a huge favor by saying, lean in, like get in there and do things. But I think we're in an era now where we need to stand up. Not just stand for something, but really stand up and say, hey, you know what? I'm willing to be a leader. I'm ready. So when you stand, you're in a posture that's kind of passive, but when you stand up, it's an active posture saying, I am willing to take a posture of leadership and readiness. Pick me. I'm willing to come out of my comfort zone and go to the next level. And it's really important to do that. But one of the other things, and you and I were talking about this earlier too, it's also important to drive in your own lane. So
Yes.
one of the biggest things that I see women do, and I'm sure you see this everywhere you go, is women compare themselves to each other a lot. And when I'm looking at what this person's achieved or what that person's achieved who wasn't a stay-at-home mom for 16 years, I think that I'm, failing somehow. But when I stay in my own lane and do what I'm good at, I tend to succeed more than when I'm
Absolutely.
comparing myself.
Renee, we could go on and on. How can people get your book? Because we are completely out of time.
Well, you can buy it on Amazon or barnesandnoble.com, and you can also visit my website, reneebanglesdorf.com, and buy it there.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Brandon, I'm going to get you a copy, and everyone at home, make sure you get yours. Brandon, did you take the notes?
Yes, I did. That's a lot of good information right there, Roma. Thank you for that interview. That was really cool. And